Alright, so welcome to another Triplo AI video. Today we're going to do something different. First, because I'm playing with my new recording rig and I'm kind of enjoying it. Secondly, because I'm going to address a user question, a call for help, live with you. I didn't try this before and you're going to see me walking through the way I used to tackle these challenges with Triplo AI and AI in general. So without further ado, let's do it. So this is the question from the user. He sent me a message and asked if I could help him setting a precise answer for a custom smart prompt. He knows how to build the smart prompt, how to trigger it, and use the context and awareness and all this stuff, but he wants to find a solution that returns deterministically results. And this is kind of interesting use case, and it's very common. AI is by nature undeterministic, so it creates things out of the blue, and we want to narrow and deliver precise results for this custom smart prompt. So let's do it. So what I did, I just copied his question to my text editor, and I'm going to close this image here and work on the text editor, and you'll see why. The reason is that his question is pretty good. So he says, let's say I want a custom smart prompt to analyze selected tasks and output one of 3 hard-coded answers. This is kind of like evaluating new features for a product. So he wants it to answer only now, next, or later. So let's start from this. So I'm going to delete everything else and I'll say, this is not a question anymore. I'll say to AI, I want you to analyze content and output one of 3 hard-coded answers. Cool. And now, instead of an example, I'll say, so I'm narrowing the space here. I'll say output now if return next if and return later if. So I'm setting the boundaries. So I'll create them here on the fly. So output now if I said if output now if the feature or changes are simple as changing text, adding buttons, or anything that needs minor changes in the UI or UX. So now I'm going to set the examples or the rules for next. So for next, if the feature or changes demands changes in the process or flow, new screens, and simple changes on the backend. And for later, so return later if the feature or changes demands integration with third-party services such as vendors, apps, or anything complex either in the front or backend. So these are pretty weak rules, but you got it. Now I'm going to ask for something else. So I told it, after you evaluate, generate a confidence level indicator where 0 is minimum and 1 is maximum. Now return me only now, next, or later and the confidence level. And I'm going to add a final string here, a final text here saying the content is, and I'll add a variable here. And you understand why. So now I have the structure of the prompt, and if I could, if I would, I could run this directly, but let's do better. Let's use Prompteer to help us. So I'm going to select everything here and bring Triplo AI to my screen and then run Prompteer and the content. And you'll see that it will better structure the prompt and make it more complete, so it's easier to understand, not only for us, but for AI too. And there we have it. So I'm going to copy everything here and bring back to my, text editor. So now you see that it defined the sort of persona for AI, the role, which is what it needs to do, the rules for now, next, and later. And of course, you can tweak it, and the reasoning process, how to evaluate the content, how to build the confidence level, what are the indicators, and then the output format. In this case, it suggested 2 different lines with a decimal value, and then it left the variable to the end. Perfect. So let's just delete it here, and I'm going to copy everything, bring my Triplo AI to the screen, and create a new smart prompt. Let's call it prioritize. And then I'll just paste it here. I could select models and add magnets here. I won't. I'll play with a couple of models and we'll see. So I just save it. But now we need some samples to work on. So I'm going to, I'm going to put Triplo AI to create. So suggest me 5. So my prompt is suggest me 5 different things. Let me bring my Triplo here. 5 different user demands for new features and changes in the AI Assistant app. Be creative and diverse. Changes should vary from simple, such as changing text in the UI, to something complex like integrating with SAP. This should be like paragraphs, but okay, I didn't mention it, and we can try the very same way. So I'm going to copy everything here and paste, so it's easier for us to work on. So first one should be low, very simple, and let's try prioritize, and I'll use my Triplo AI here, and I'll use my awareness, and there we have it. So this should be done now with a confidence level of 0.85. So from a simple change, nice. Now let's try the medium and see how it goes. This is the second one, should be later on 85%. And let's see what it does. Well, I don't know how it understood that, but let's try a more complex one. Cool, another one for later. So maybe because it didn't understand, or it's not like a good fit with any of the other rules. Let's try another one. Oh, another one, and the competence level is getting higher. And one last thing that you could do to make this work even better, you could, let's say, set smart prompts for this. Smart prompts, a hotkey. So with that, you could only select the content on your screen and then run it. So I'll add a hotkey here, and let's say Control Shift H. I think I don't have anything on that. And let's put prioritize and then close. And all I need to do is select the feature, the demand, and hit Ctrl+Shift+H, and it will return me the result. So in this case, also later with 95%. So there you have it. Now you know how to narrow the results you get from AI out of a smart prompt and set it to a hotkey. Of course, you can tweak this quite a lot, but the key thing is talk to AI as you would talk to an analyst and explain what you want. I would run Prompteer to refine the prompt, and then I would set this to hotkey, especially if this is a very common part of your workflow. So, take care. Bye-bye.